But I've made a chart here that says Stellaluna's feelings because all through the book, she encountered situations where what we might call an event or a challenge where she has to respond, and her feelings kind of determine how she's going to respond. Different things that happen to you make you feel different ways. If you stub your toe, how are you going to feel, Weldon? Yeah, and you're going to be sad because you hurt your foot. If you lose your favorite toy, how are you going to feel sad? How are you going to feel?
Happy.
If you lose your favorite toy, Hannah, we're not going to be silly and yell out silly answers. Hey, girls, there's some carpet squares right up here you come sit on, okay? How are y'all this morning? Good. And it's Eulayla and Isabella. All right. Well, we're reading Stellaluna today. And a lot of my kids have already read Stellaluna. We're going to be reading Stellaluna. Stellaluna. I said it again, didn't I? Stellaluna. I went back to my old ways. All right. So we're going to be stopping and talking about how she feels in different parts of the story. Because as the story changes, her feelings change with the story. All right. Well, I haven't showed you anything yet. That might be why. Stellaluna. In a warm, sultry forest far, far away, there once lived a mother fruit bat and her new baby. Oh, how Mother Bat loved her tiny, soft baby. I'll name you Stellaluna, she crooned. Each night, Mother Bat would carry Stellaluna clutched to her chest as she flew out to search for food. So, how do you think at the beginning of the story, how do you think Stellaluna is feeling right now? Kinley? Very happy. She might be a little scared, a little nervous flying. Audie? She might be. Knox?
Do you know that feeling where you're like up in the air and you feel like you're gonna fall, but you don't when you land down?
Yeah. Do you think
Queasy?
Kind of queasy she might be if she's might. Hopefully a bat's not queasy flying. Hannah?
Because she might be like confused, like she's a newborn bat. Babies don't know anything yet.
Okay, that could, and we learn that, don't we? How many? That's her mother. Do you think she feels loved?
Yes.
Do you think even though she's flying, she might feel safe because she's clutched to her mom?
Yeah.
Maybe, but lots of different feelings right there. One night, as Mother Bat followed the heavy scent of ripe fruit, an owl spied her. On silent wings, the powerful bird swooped down upon the bats. Dodging and shrieking, Mother Bat tried to escape, but the owl struck again and again, knocking Stellaluna into the air. Her baby wings were as limp and useless as wet paper. And down, down, down she went, faster and faster into the forest below. So the bat attacked them. The owl attacked the bat, sorry. I wish I'd listen to this book all the time. How do you think, raise your hand, how do you think Stellaluna feels now? The owl knocked her loose and she's falling fast. Oh, I said raise your hand. I can't hear that answer because you didn't raise your hand. Jackson.
Her heart is beating very, very, very fast.
Yes, scared. Can you think of another word for scared? Xander?
Very, very, like, frightened.
Frightened is another word for scared. Knox?
Terrified.
Terrified.
Very sad because she thinks her mom.
Well, I think right now she might not realize she's sad. I think right now she's terrified, frightened, scared because she can't fly yet and she's falling down out of the sky.
That hurt.
The dark leafy tangle of branches caught Stellaluna as she fell. One twig was small enough for Stellaluna's tiny feet. Wrapping her wings about her, she clutched the thin branch, trembling with cold and fear. Mother, Stellaluna squeaked, where are you? By daybreak, the baby bat could hold on no longer. Down, down she dropped again. Now I think she probably feels how? Scared.
And sad.
Because she said, Mother, where are you? How would you feel if you were lost? She is I would be sad. I would probably be a little, our new word yesterday.
Bittersweet.
I don't think that's bittersweet. Bittersweet means bittersweet means there's something good. It's a good feeling and a bad feeling. I don't think she has any good feelings right now.
I would be
Our
sad.
new word was, do you think she's feeling a little anxious? Yes, I think she's feeling a little anxious, Brenna. Flump. Stellaluna landed headfirst into a soft, downy nest, startling the 3 baby birds who lived there. Stellaluna quickly clambered from the nest and hung out of sight below it. She listened to the babble of the 3 birds. What was that? Cried Flip. I don't know, but it's hanging by its feet, chirped Flitter. Shh, here comes Mama, hissed Pip.
That's where she lands.
Frightened. She's frightened.
That's how she lands.
Shh, Many, many times that day, Mama Bird flew away, always returning with food for her babies. Stellaluna was terribly hungry, but not for crawly things Mama Bird brought. Finally, though, the little bat could bear it no longer. She climbed into the nest, closed her eyes, and opened her mouth. Plop! In dropped a big green grasshopper.
She looks cute when she has her eyes closed and her mouth open and tongue out. She's still a baby.
So she's got the big green juicy grasshopper in her mouth. How do you think she's feeling right now? I wouldn't say sad. Danny, thank you for raising your hand. Disgusted. She doesn't want to eat that. She is disgusted.
Now she's feeling queasy.
She might be feeling queasy, yes. Stellaluna learned to be like the birds. She stayed awake all day and slept at night. She ate bugs even though they tasted awful. Her bat ways were quickly disappearing, except for one thing. Stellaluna liked to sleep hanging by her feet. Once, when Mama was away, the curious baby birds decided to try it too. When Mama Bird came home, she saw 8 tiny feet gripping the edge of the nest. Eek! She cried. Get back up here this instant. You're going to fall and break your necks. There shows Mom and the baby birds hanging upside down like a bat. No, you do not have permission to touch.
I'm tying all books together.
The birds clambered back into the nest, but Mama Bird stopped Stellaluna. You are teaching my children to do bad things. I will not let you back into this nest unless you promise to obey all the rules of this house. How do you think Stellaluna felt then when Mama Bird said, hold up? How do you think she's feeling, Cooper? Probably a little scared. Because if she can't stay in the nest, where's she going to go?
Nowhere.
She doesn't know. Danny? Frightened. Cammy? Maybe a little mad.
Lonely.
Lonely. What did you say? I'm sorry. Threatened. Threatened. Sorry. Yes. Knox.
Guilty.
Why do you think she feels guilty?
Because she did, and she knows she did.
She taught the baby birds to do something they weren't supposed to do, and she feels guilty about it.
Yep.
All right.
Well,
So
she
there,
did.
look at her face. You can tell she kind of got in trouble. How do you feel when your parents get on to you? Yeah. Maybe a little guilty. You think she looks guilty?
Yeah. But Miss Ricketts, she didn't make them do it. They
No,
decided.
no, that's true. All the babies grew quickly, Brenna. Soon the nest became crowded. Mama Bird told them it was time to learn to fly. One by one, Pip, Flitter, Flap, and Stellaluna jumped from the nest. Their wings worked. I'm just like them, thought Stellaluna. I can fly too. So how do you think Stellaluna and the birds are feeling now? When you can do something that you didn't think you could do, how do you feel?
Joyful.
Oh, I want a different word besides sad and happy.
Joyful.
Nope.
Relieved.
Nope. Not the word I'm looking for. When you do something that you didn't think you could do, and somebody says, oh, good job, you feel how?
Accomplished.
Kimmy?
Wow.
Proud. I think she feels proud.
Accomplished. This is what I do when I'm proud. I do
Pip, Flitter, Flap, and Flap landed gracefully on a branch. Stellaluna tried to do the same. Stellaluna, did she land gracefully on the tree branch? No, because birds can go up and down, fly up and down, real gracefully and soft. That comes in kind of hard. How, and this tells you how she feels, how embarrassing. Audie can because she's right there. So how does she feel? It tells us right there. She's embarrassed. Well, then why is she I need to stop. I need everybody to get crisscross applesauce. Put your hand. Yes, ma'am, you can. Get back up on the rug and sit crisscross apple. No, ma'am. Not. Nope. 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 Hit stop, please. Now, are we ready to listen?
Yes.
Then where should your eyes be?
On you.
On me. Well, then why is Stellaluna feeling embarrassed? She can't land like the birds do. So she's embarrassed. She's feeling a little different from the birds now, don't you think? I'll fly all day, Stellaluna told herself. Stellaluna, then no one will see how clumsy I am. I wish y'all listened to everything that closely. The next day, Pip, Flitter, Flap, and Stellaluna went flying far from home. They flew for hours, exercising new wings. The sun is setting, warned Flitter. We'd better go home or we'll get lost in the dark, said Flap. But Stellaluna had flown far ahead and was nowhere to be seen. The three anxious birds went home without her. So how do you think Stellaluna's feeling? She's just flying.
Happy.
How do you think she's feeling, Layla?
Good.
You think she feels good because she's out flying?
But she doesn't.
All alone, Stellaluna flew and flew until her wings ached and she dropped into a tree. I promised not to hang by my feet, Stellaluna sighed. So she hung by her thumbs and soon fell asleep. And she didn't hear the soft sound of wings coming near. So is she hanging like a bat is supposed to hang? No.
I bet she's very exhausted.
Hey, a loud voice said. Why are you hanging upside down? Stellaluna's eyes opened wide. She saw a most peculiar face. I'm not upside down. You are, Stellaluna said. Ah, but you're a bat. Bats hang by their feet. You're hanging by your thumbs, so that makes you upside down, the creature said. I'm a bat. I'm hanging by my feet. That makes me right side up. Stellaluna was confused. Mama Bird told me I was upside down. She said I was wrong. Wrong for a bird, maybe, but not for a bat. So how's Stellaluna feeling now?
Scared.
It told us how she felt. She was
Confused.
what? Confused. Because she's trying to act like a what, Hayes? A bird, but she's really a bat. And she's confused.
What is this?
More bats gathered around to see the strange young bat who behaved like a bird. Stellaluna told them her story. You ate bugs, stuttered one. You slept at night, gasped another. How very strange, they all murmured. Wait, let me look at this child. A bat pushed through the crowd. An owl attacked you, she asked. Sniffing Stellaluna's fur, she whispered, You are Stellaluna. You are my baby. So who's found her?
Mama.
Her mama found her. How do you think Stellaluna feels now? Happy.
And maybe sad happy. Like
You escaped the owl, cried Stellaluna. You survived? Yes, said Mother Bat as she wrapped her wings around Stellaluna. Come with me, and I'll show you where to find the most delicious fruit. You'll never have to eat another bug as long as you live. So, how do you think she feels knowing that she's wrapped up in her mother's arms? Shh. Again, I don't want to hear the word happy. I want you to think before you raise your hand. And the fact that she doesn't have to eat bugs anymore. How do you think she feels not happy? Don't want to hear happy. Hudson. Thankful. That's a good one I hadn't thought of. Thankful. Xander. Proud that her mom's there. Cooper. Why would it be bittersweet? So that's the happy part. What's the bitter part? What would she be sad about? Bittersweet means remember we talked about it, is happy and sad at the same time.
Or happy and mad.
Audie, you had your hand up. What? Excited. Knox?
Gleeful.
Gleeful. Danny? Relieved.
Yeah.
No more bugs. One more. Weldon? She's feeling good. All right. Well, let's keep reading. But it's nighttime, squeaked Stellaluna. We can't fly in the dark or we'll crash into trees. We're bats, said Mother Bat. We can see in the darkness. Come with us. Stellaluna, and I will need 2 tickets from you. Yeah, because you weren't doing what you were supposed to be doing. There was no reason for you to go get hand sanitizer, so you owe me 2 tickets. Yes? We're bats, said Mother Bat. We can see in darkness. Come with us. Stellaluna was afraid, but she let go of the tree and dropped into the deep blue sky. Stellaluna could see. She felt as though rays of light shone from her eyes. She was able to see everything in her path. Soon the bats found a mango tree, and Stellaluna ate as much of the fruit as she could hold. I'll never eat another bug as long as I live, cheered Stellaluna as she stuffed herself full. I must tell Pip, Flitter, and Flap.
I think bugs are good.
Mm-hmm. You think they're going to like the fruit?
No. Maybe.
The next day, Stellaluna went to visit the birds. Come with me and meet my bat family, said Stellaluna. Okay, let's go, agreed Pip. They hung by their feet and they fly at night and they eat the best food in the world, Stellaluna explained to the birds on the way. As the birds flew among the bats, Flap said, I feel upside down here. So the birds hung by their feet. Wait until dark, said Stellaluna excitedly. We'll fly at night. So she's showing the birds now how to be
Bats. Oh, we hook it up upside down and make it upside down.
He's in Miss Claver's room. Okay. When night came, Stellaluna flew away. Pip, Flitter and Flap leapt from the tree to follow her. I can't see a thing, yelled Pip. Neither can I, howled Flitter. Ah! Shrieked Flap. They're going to crash, gasped Stellaluna. I must rescue them. Stellaluna swooped about, grabbing her friends in the air. She lifted them to a tree, and the birds grasped a branch. Stellaluna hung from a limb above them. So what happened with the birds?
They couldn't see.
They can't see at night because they're not bats. You're safe, said Stellaluna. Then she sighed. I wish you could see in the dark, too. We wish you could land on your feet, Flitter replied. Pip and Flap nodded. They perched in silence for a long time. How can we be so different and feel so much alike, mused Flitter. And how can we feel so different and be so much alike, wondered Pip. I think this is quite a mystery, Flap chirped. I agree, said Stellaluna, but we're friends, and that's a fact.
Everyone should be different.
And I love the last picture. She's got her wings wrapped around her 3 friends. So now this might be where there's, Cooper, a bittersweet feeling. Why would there be a bittersweet feeling, a happy and a sad feeling? Why would that be, Cammie?
Because she's happy because all of her friends, and she's little because they can't see in the dark.
Yeah, she wishes that they could see in the dark and fly too. I think you're right. Xander, thank you for raising your hand.
I've been another bittersweet. She doesn't get to live with them anymore. She has to live with her family.
But is she happy about living with her family?
Yes,
She's happy about living with her family, but she's also sad about leaving her bird family, isn't she, Knox?
She's sad. The birds are sad because they're away from their mama, and then she's happy because she's with the birds.
Yeah. So there's some mixed feelings. That's what we talked about last week, how you can be happy and sad or happy and mad at the same time. Danny? Okay.
So she felt bitter because she felt happy because her friends were safe, but she felt bitter because it's like when you don't always get to see a friend you really like.
That could be a little sad too, couldn't it? Yes, it could. All right, so today for your assignment in your reading notebook, and you may get this done and you may not because we have library in just a little bit. Making connections. So this is going to be a thinking part for you. So first it says draw and write about how Stellaluna feels at one point in the story. We just talked about all kinds of feelings for Stellaluna. The beginning of the story, she felt safe and loved, secure. But then something happened. The owl swooped in, and then she didn't feel safe. She felt anxious and scared when she was falling. So you pick a point in the story, something that happens, and you write about it. Stellaluna felt scared when she fell from the sky. Then here's where you connect to yourself. Draw and write about how you would feel if you were in the same situation. If you were Stellaluna, how would you feel in that same situation? You wouldn't have to be Stellaluna. You're with your mom. Something happens, you get lost from your mom. How would you feel? All kinds of things you can pick. You can choose how she feels at one point in the story because of something that happened. And then you write about how you would feel if you were in that same situation. She was embarrassed when she couldn't land. Stellaluna felt embarrassed because she couldn't land like the birds. How would you feel if everybody around you could do something but you couldn't do it? So that's making that connection for you. So the top one is you're going to pick the event from Stellaluna and how she felt. You owe me a ticket. And then you're going to write about how you would feel if you were in a similar situation. Okay, so you need to trim it all the way around it and then just cut the flap, and you're going to write. It just takes one sentence and a little picture. One sentence and a little picture under the flap.
On the bottom, does it have to be real? Like
How would you feel if you were in the same situation?
So yes, it does have to.
So you have to think about how would you feel if you were in that situation. Now, I realize you're not a bat and an owl's not going to attack you, but could you get lost from your mother?
yep.
I realize you're not a bat that's trying to land like a bird, but the birds, all the birds could do something, and Stellaluna couldn't do it very well. How would you feel if everybody could do something really well and you couldn't? How would you feel?
My mom got me on the plane.
So it has to be real. She did not. All right, everybody understand? What are we doing right now? Think about your working notebook. Is this writing poetry or math? I mean, reading poetry or math? Reading. You guys say, where does this go? Well, we're doing reading, so it's going to go in the reading section. All right. You may go back to your seat.
Oh no. How?